I don't know, honey. Are you sure it's safe? It doesn't look very sturdy. And besides, remember what happened last time you built without a permit?
It's just a little bridge to get out to my traps. And there's nothing going on right here anyway. I'm gonna build a shed here next.
Never build without a permit. The last thing we want to do is to improperly build something that encroaches upon a servitude, which then obstructs the ability of the Department of Public Works to properly maintain that drainage canal behind your house, or the drainage ditch on the side of your house, or any other drainage that may be impacting your neighbor, or maybe someone 50 houses down. As we all know, a rain event that might last 3 or 4 hours could flood your streets, and if the water cannot drain away from the streets, it could cause potential flood damage. Our drainage division, both gravity drainage and forced drainage, maintains those drainage arteries to take the water away from your house. We do it with the use of pump stations, but more importantly, the arteries or canals that lead to those pump stations cannot be obstructed in any way. We inspect the canals all the time, and when the fence is up, we can't get there to inspect. In order for us to keep those clean, we have to have a servitude to allow our equipment to drive next to the canal so we can use machines to take out trees, trash, or other material that may cause obstructions.
I'm gonna build a shed here.
So you want to put up a shed. The first thing you need to do is go to Planning and Zoning and get a permit for that proposed shed. The permit coordinator at Planning and Zoning will check the servitudes on your property. Those servitudes may be utility servitudes or drainage servitudes. And if that building is going to encroach upon the servitude, it's going to require you to go to the Department of Public Works and get a letter of no objection. The letter of no objection that you have to obtain from the Department of Public Works is at no cost to you. It's a simple form you can fill out at the Department of Public Works, or you can go on the parish website and the form is there. The department then takes your request and examines the encroachment on the servitude, if there is one. Once the letter of no objection is obtained, you then go back to Planning and Zoning and obtain the necessary permit. You are strongly encouraged prior to purchasing any property to check with the Department of Public Works to see if that property might have servitudes which may restrict how you orient your house on that property. At no cost to you, we will go over that plat with you and explain how those servitudes must be maintained. We also have to maintain the slopes of those canals so you don't have that erosion cause a slough off into the canal, because then the drainage won't work. The best way to combat mosquitoes is to have the water flowing. We also do what's called aquatic spraying, where we spray to cut down mosquitoes and green larvae. The parish pays about $60,000 a month to try to control the mosquito population. All that's got to be done by accessing that servitude. So if you take a fence and you put that fence across the servitude, the Department of Public Works can't access that drainage ditch. The same is true on the side of the road. We have to maintain the roads and the shoulders. And normally there's servitudes along the side of the road for utilities, water lines, and sewer lines, so we have to have access to those servitudes to do that. Always check with the Planning and Zoning Department and or the Department of Public Works when you're going to build any type of fence or shed or other small building. I can't emphasize enough how important that permit is to preserve the drainage in your area for you and your neighbors. Help us help you, and hopefully your house does not flood.
I can't believe we're doing this right now. I'd much rather be watching my show. Downton Abbey comes on in 5 minutes, and we gotta get this water out of the house.